problem. Everything will scatter. What keeps you going? Obstacles, we all know what obstacles is. Those are things that block your way. Those are things that prevent you or hinder your progress. Obstacles are actually things you see when you take your eyes off your goals. We're supposed to use obstacles as stepping stones. They will be there. Don't let anybody lie to you. That once you start this business, it is all smooth. There's no wahala anywhere. There's no business that has no wahala. Absolutely none. There will be obstacles in our path, but the most important thing is we shouldn't take our eyes off our goals. Business goals are predetermined the target that a business or an individual have to achieve in a set period of time. Setting goals give us the direction to move ahead in our businesses. We all know that if you don't have goals, you're wasting your time. Because if you don't have goals, how do you know if you are moving towards it? How do you even know what it is that you want to do? You're just running this business. You don't know where you want to be in 2 months, or in 3 months, or in 6 years, or in 5 years, financially, growth-wise, development-wise, and you are running a business. I'm going to share a story real quick. When my children were in secondary school, we took them to a boarding house in Kwara State. When we have to go for the visiting day, the road was really bad, But why did we take them all the way to Kwara State? Because it was a good school. Their morals was high. Academically, they were good. Socially, it was good. The environment was conducive. But the road was bad. And every time we have to go for visiting day, it's with trepidation in my heart because I know that the next day I'll be totally useless. Because the road was so bad, you will have body ache. You will have all sorts of ache. Even the car will ache. Something will happen to that car. You might lose a tire. You might have to visit a mechanic after that visit. But do you know what? We kept going. We didn't say because the road was bad. And I knew I was going to have a headache. Or I was going to lose a tire. I won't stop doing it. The same thing with your business. Because at the end of the day, what we're looking at is the goal. That education they are going to get is going to be world standard. That they will be able to live anywhere. They'll be able to be independent of me as their mom or their dad as their father. And they'll be able to make decisions themselves. That is what happens to us in our businesses. When we face obstacles like that, we don't say because of that we're not going to do it anymore. We have to give it our all, despite the headache, the heartache, the stomach ache. We have to keep going. It's like frying dodo. Who likes dodo here? You like dodo? Can I see your hand? You like dodo? How can you not like dodo? Dodo, the plantain. Have you ever been splashed with oil when you are frying dodo before? Sometimes you fry that dodo, it gets burnt. Sometimes you fry the dodo, it's too soft. Sometimes it's too hard, like ibekere, but you keep frying dodo. You will say, ororo ma jo mi o. So because of that, I'm going to stop eating dodo. It's the same thing with our businesses. Those things will come. We'll have a picture in mind, how we want it to turn out. And it usually doesn't turn out that way. But that doesn't mean we're going to give up. Because as for me and my house, we like dodo. So we must know that the three main goals of business is profitability, growth, and sustainability. Profitability, generating revenue, and maximizing your profit. The whole essence of doing a business. Some people say, I just like that business. I just enjoy doing it. It's to make profit. Don't lie. We all know that we're doing this business because we want to make money. And the more money we can make, the happier we are. Growth, expanding your business, increasing your market share, and reaching new customers. I hope you've all read that book, How to Create and Keep Customers for Life. If you are doing business, you haven't read that book, you haven't started. Because the whole essence of running a business is to create customers and keep customers for profitability. Abby, is there any other reason why? So if you are in 110 and you are not reading, you are just coming, you come for the seminar once a month, you don't go back and do your homework yourself, you are wasting your time. Building momentum, the key to sustained success. We need to set clear and achievable goals. You know, when doctor tells us to set our goals, he tells us dream big. Dream so big that even your own dreams will scare you. Abby, we've heard that before. But he also told us, start small. Dream big. Start small. Act now. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. There's no perfect moment. There's no perfection. Perfection is an illusion. There's no perfect human being. There's no perfect business. We just keep improving on what it is that we're doing. And he also told us, severally he's mentioned it, anything that is worth doing at all? No. Dr. Abib tells us it is worth doing shabbily at first, and then we improve on it. Don't want to do it well. Because sometimes if you want to do it well, you won't start at all. You want everything in place. You want that office on a high traffic place. You want that office with a glass table, glass wall, everything perfectly. You will never start. Start with a wooden table in a corner place. Do we understand? Let us set clear and achievable goals. What are achievable goals? Achievable goals must be encouraging and they must push us towards realization of it. When your goals are too big, it can result in demotivation and discontinuation of your efforts. That is why you should dream big, plan big, start small, and act now. Develop a strong work ethic. A lot of us, we don't have strong work ethics. We usually get distracted. Some of us even go into our workplace, we don't have a to-do list. What we want to do for that day, we don't even know. You just get up, you have your bath, and you say, I'm going to work. So when you don't have a guideline, when you get to work, you just be like, Ewe Oju Omi. We all understand Yoruba. Ewe Oju Omi is the leaf on water, on a stream. It just goes according to how the wave goes. So if you don't have a to-do list, you don't write it down, you don't even know what you want to do. It's whatever happens that happens. That is why we just say, today has just gone. Has it ever happened to you before? At the end of the day, you look back and you're like, this day just flew by. I didn't even know what I did because you didn't plan. And he who fails to plan to fail. So when you go into your day with no goals, no to-do list, no good work ethics, at times when I get to my workplace and I have a long to-do list, I get in, I give one of my staff the phone, and I put it on the plane mode. I say, don't give it to me till 12. I have a lot of things to do. Whoever calls me, when your phone is on plane mode, it it will tell them you are unavailable. When you put it back on, it shows you who has called you. You can either call back or they can call you back. But at least you have been able to concentrate, avoid distraction, and do what it is you're supposed to do. If you don't know, I'm here to tell you today that thing in your hand that you call a phone is using you. You're not using it. Because if you don't have any control over it, it's using you. And the phone is using a lot of people. There was a post I saw recently that said your phone has replaced your camera, your voice recorder, it has replaced your writing sheet. Don't let it replace your family. It is replacing some people's family. Some people get home, some of the men, they get home, they're on the phone all through. You come from work, that thing is pinned to your ear. You walk through, you barely say hello to your wife and your children, and you're on that phone till you sleep. And when things start breaking down, you wonder why. Don't let it replace your family. It's replacing a lot of things. It is entertainment for some people. Some people don't even watch TV anymore. Some people don't go to the movies. I mean, everything is that phone. As good as it is, the downside is a lot. And if you are not aware, you'll be lost. So achievable goals. Write down the things that you know distract you from your goal. Do that as an assignment. When you leave here today, go and write down those things you know. You know, we all know now. Those things that distract us from our goals, that does not let us achieve those things we know we should achieve. Those things that we're supposed to do, we know, but we won't do them. Recently, with my staff, I was asking them to read the 10 Commandments. And it was, do not have a graven God image before me. And I told them, I said, do you know some of you, your phone is an image? Do you know some of it's not Shigiri that is a God. Or it's not whatever it is that you are putting palm oil on that is a God. Even the phone is a God. If you are the kind of person that reaches for your phone when you wake up in the morning, you are putting your phone before God. And we all know that the order of things in life is God first, family next, then your career. That phone is before everything. It's before family, it's before God. And some people will tell you, my Bible or my Quran is on the phone. Have a physical Bible or have a physical Quran. Don't let your phone be your Bible or your Quran. You're lying to yourself. Because you know when you want to read that Bible or Quran, and something comes, text coming, WhatsApp comes in, Instagram notification, everything, Snapchat, TikTok, notification. You don't read that Bible anymore. You know. You wake up, you reach for your phone. It's right beside your bed. It's no longer Bible or Quran, it's the phone. I don't even take the phone into my bedroom. I don't. I charge my phone. My charger is permanently in my guest room. My guest room is downstairs. So when I get home, I plug my phone and I go upstairs. It doesn't go into my room. Because I know how bad it is. But a lot of us are not conscious. Celebrate small wins. Learn to give yourself a pat on the back. When you've achieved something, you know what you want to achieve for the year, 100 things. When you get to 10, celebrate. If it's a massage, give yourself one. If it's to take yourself to lunch, do that. Encourage yourself. Because if you don't celebrate those small wins, you won't be motivated to achieve more. But when you tell yourself that, okay, my financial goal for the year is 4 million naira by December. When you make the first 400, your kulu be happy. You know, because you see, it is when we celebrate the small wins that the big ones will come. Be grateful in advance because it is gratitude that brings abundance. If you are not grateful, you are a great fool. Be grateful. I think I said it last month. I have this affirmation I say when I'm going for my walk. I am grateful for all my blessings, big and small. I heard it loud and clear. God said, which of your blessings are small? Which one? Which one? Is it the food on your table that is a small blessing? The clothes on your back? Or that you have somewhere to sleep? Or you have peace of mind? Which of them is small? None. None. None of your blessings are small. That is why we need to be constantly grateful and celebrate those small wins. Stay focused and adaptable. I've told you what is focus. Follow one course. Until we achieve it. Then we move on to the next. And we move on to the next. Don't leave things done half-heartedly. Actually, shokolo, shokolo, shokolo. And at the end of the day, you didn't achieve anything. And then be adaptable. The times are changing. Don't say, Bashetin Sheila Kojo Iniya. We've been running this business for 25 years. This is the culture. This is how we've been doing it. And this is how we'll keep doing it. Be adaptable. Times are changing. These young people, their head is on fire. I have a mentoring group. I have some of my Gen Zs here, my people. I have a meeting with them every Friday. One person every Friday. When I'm done with them, the last one I had, I said, wow, 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 wow. Who is mentoring who? Gongana? That's how on fire these people are. So don't think in my business, we do it this way. They know a lot. I'm always in awe of them when I talk to them. I have goosebumps when they tell me things. You know, one of them, I was asking her, what is the definition of marriage? What do you think marriage is? The answer that girl gave me, I was just looking at her, 15 years old. A lot of you that are married, you don't know what she said. You don't even have a clue about that definition that girl gave me. I was just looking at her. I asked the 15-year-old girl, what did you wish you knew earlier? 15, she said about gold bars. I said 15, how early could you have known 9? Gold bars. Some people here don't know about gold bars. You don't know what gold bars are. A form of investment. And the 15-year-old was telling me she wished she knew about it earlier. We are 10, we 9, we 7, we 2. You know, they are so smart, so intelligent, so full of all sorts that you need them in your company for your company to grow. Don't say, I'm a Gen Z, because look, they're thinking of the fastest way to get this thing done. It's not all of them that are Yahweh, ethical ways of doing things. But if you are doing it the way you have been doing it, the old-fashioned way, you will move at a snail place. So you need to, be adaptable. Change some things. Ask your staff for advice. Don't think I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Yeah, the boss. When these people give you advice, they tell you the things that they are thinking for your own business. You'll be like, wow. So let us be adaptable. Continuously learn and improve. The day you stop learning is the day you start dying. When the why for your business is clear, you will be able to endure anyhow. Why are you even doing what you're doing? What's the essence? What are you trying to achieve? If you know why, the how will show up. The power Next thing, the power of small wins. When you win, you do a little, you win something small, and then next week you do something small. It's like Lego pieces. You keep piling them, building blocks. When we start to build a house, maybe we don't start from the roof. Is it still working? Yes. When we start to build a house, we don't start from the roof. Maybe start from foundation. We dig down first, and we start putting the blocks one at a time. Those are our small wins. We've done this thing. Next week we'll do this one. Upper week we'll do this one. Because we know that it is a series of successful days that gives us a successful week. A series of successful week gives us a successful month. A series of successful months gives us a successful year. A series of successful years give us a successful decade. And a series of successful decades give us a successful life. It starts with those small wins, like those Lego pieces, and they add up to big successes by focusing on achievable goals. Achievable goals, so you are not discouraged. Don't dream big, but start small. They said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. As huge as an elephant, there's one bite, now. So by focusing on achievable goals, you can build momentum and stay motivated. I've told you that motivation is internal, not external. Celebrate your small wins. Learn to give yourself a pat on the back. Have an accountability partner that you share your progress with. Because sometimes you feel you are progressing. It's not all motion that is forward. I hope you know. You can be in one place doing like this, like a rocking chair. It keeps moving. It doesn't go anywhere. But when you have an accountability partner, someone that when you wanted to set the goal for the month, both of you sat down. What are your goals? These are mine. At the end of the month, we sit down again. How far? How far? What have you been able to do? Why haven't you done this? If you don't have an accountability partner, a lot of people are not accountable to themselves. They're just lying. There won't be anybody to push you or prompt you or ask you. Even if you know that somebody is going to ask you, because of that, if you had 10 things on your list for the month, you want to make sure that let me even achieve at least 6 so I don't look unserious because somebody is going to ask. That is why it is important for you to have a mastermind group. That is why it is important for you to move with people of like minds. Some of you are still letting anybody be your friend. Everybody cannot be your friend. You have to choose your friends. Don't let your friends choose you. There's some people that will derail you. There's some friends in your circle that when you meet them, they leave you depleted. They're not adding to you, they're deducting from you. And you know, some of you know, but you'll be like, ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni jèrè, ṣé mi wà ní lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní ta la máa bá máa ṣe fàájì? Do you know that as you improve, as you develop, you will start to enjoy your own company. You will need less people because your time is so filled with so many things that you can do to improve yourself. You don't have time for anybody else. Your life is a full-time job. Stay employed. If they're not adding to you, they're deducting from you. There's no neutral exchange. Oh, that person is just my friend. Okay, but let me con. No, you are okay. It's true. People rub off on you. That is why they say in marriage, and to back pelara, tebe back pelara, share, adoshe. When you get married, you start finding out that you start to talk like your husband. You start to laugh like your husband. The same way with friendship. The people you mingle with determines how you start to think. So be careful. Having an accountability partner is important because sometimes your belief in yourself is not strong. Sometimes you need someone to encourage you. It's not all the time that you feel on top of the world and you feel you can do it alone. So sometimes you need to believe in someone's belief in you before your own belief kicks in. I've had friends tell me that the things I feel I couldn't do, I could do it. And because they believed in me, I took that step of faith and I found out I could do it. But I took that step of faith because they believed in me. So I hung up to that their belief in me before my own belief kicked in. So you need people like that around you. When you are in doubt, you need someone to tell you that you can't do it. People want more now. You have everything it takes to be able to achieve these goals. Sometimes, when we're very lucky, that person is our spouse, telling you there's nothing you cannot achieve. Some people, the person that supports them the most, that hails them the most, that their biggest cheerleader is the person they're married to. That is why that 21 suggestion of success that I have, the first thing on that list, maybe you think it's 21 suggestion of success, maybe? You would think the first thing should be hard work, the second one should be honesty, the third one should be kinikon. The first thing on that list is marry the right person. This singular decision can determine 90% of your happiness or misery. So if I think most of us are already married, my Gen Zs that are here, listen. We are all parents of daughters and sons. Tell them, not love that determines who you marry. It is that person that believes in you more than you believe yourself, that has your back unconditionally. That 15-year-old girl told me, she said, the person you will marry will make having friends unnecessary because that person will be your best friend. She said, when you have issues, we will know that it is not us against each other, it is two of us against the problem, the 15-year-old. She said, you know you have an unwavering support at home. That even when you are fighting, you know that person still got your back. A 15-year-old. I was amazed, though. I don't know if that's all these things like me, I say, amazed you, coming from a 15-year-old. So these children, these Gen Zs, see why you have to go. Be grateful for everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Remember that you have what it takes. Believe in yourself. Don't think, oh, I wish I had. If I had not Kinikon 10 years ago. No, everything is part of the journey. All the mistakes, all the errors is what brought you here. Learn from them. The only thing that is called a mistake is the one you have not learned from. If you had a mistake, you had error in judgment, you've learned from it, you're better for it. It's part of the journey. As long as it does not kill you. They said anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Abby, what did we do? Nami? Okay. Overcoming obstacles. We all know what obstacles are. Those things in our path that derails us sometimes because we are focusing on them instead of focusing on our goals. They are part of life. Oh. You will fail. Anybody that tells you you will not fail is lying. And if you are not failing, you are not doing anything. But the only important thing is to fail forward. I failed. Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I've only learned 999 ways this thing won't work. So if we have that kind of mentality that when we have error in judgment, we do something wrong, we just know that next time we will not do it like that. And that way will not work. But it is when we keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we expect a different result, they call it madness. Because if you failed in it, you know it will not work. Then you keep doing it the same way. Maybe we should go to psychiatric hospital and go and get ourselves checked. Because that is not a normal thing. We learn from our mistakes, we don't do it again, we don't do it that way again, and we move forward from it. It said in overcoming obstacles, we need to identify potential obstacles. How do we do that? How do we even know the problems we are going to face before we face the problem in our business? You know, a lot of us here, we're doing business by trial and error. Most of us, what we are doing right now is not something we learned in school. A lot of people are doing business by default. So you don't even have the foundational knowledge on how to run that business well. Most of you have never read any book on how to run your business well. And you are doing that business. You are making a whole lot of mistakes that you could have avoided if you did your homework by reading about it, by going for seminars in your field, by asking what else is new in my field, what are they doing differently. A lot of us don't read on our field. And I remembered quite clearly Dr. Habib told us that when he wanted to start his hospital business, he bought 10 books on how to run a successful hotel, or his hotel business, not hospital. He read all the books, distilled them to 5 good ones, called 2 of his managers, gave them the books to read, the managers in the hospital, then interviewed them to see who got it. He read. So he said any problem that is coming up in the hotel, he has already envisaged it. He knows it's going to come up. It's a matter of time. How many of us are reading about our businesses? How many of us are reading about the new things coming up in our industry? How many of us are going for conferences and seminars about what we are doing? And then we keep saying, this thing is not working. We are the one that is not working. We're not doing the right thing. Because if we do the right thing, we'll get the right results. They said there was an old man that said an eraser was made to correct mistakes. And a young child said the eraser was made for people that are willing to correct their mistakes. Do with it what you like. Develop a contingency plan. What is a contingency plan? These are a list of actions that will be taken in case of incasity. Do we know that word? In case of incasity. If this thing happens, what would we do? Some people will say, what if your company God's bond. Somebody will, God forbid. You know that God forbid, but life permits. Things happen that we don't envisage, we don't pray about, we don't wish for, but they happen because life permits it. So we have to think of those things. If that thing happen, what will happen? Like Mrs. Adetuji was saying, she said, don't put all your egg in one basket. If you think that Stanbic IBTC, their mutual fund is best, is Kinikon, the ED of this company, of a bank, did not know the bank was going down. So if you put all your money in Stanbic IBTC, in that mutual fund, only that, because Dr. Abib keeps talking about mutual fund, and we all know that right now it's 22.5%. I hope you know. If you don't know, I'm telling you now. So if you now put all your money, everything you have in mutual fund, God forbid, life permits, Stanbic, something happens to it. I hope not, because my money is there too. You understand? But spread your investments. Do land properties, do gold bars, do mutual fund, do treasury bills, do real estate. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know that this CBEX that she was talking about, there was a man that committed suicide. He killed himself. Business. So some people, they will never recover from it. So all these things, they're just life examples. They were unfortunate because it is, my father will tell you that, you must have an element of greed in you. For somebody to tell you they will give you 22% every month. Even Stanbics give you 22.5 for a whole year. Or 12 months. And someone tell you every month. You know in your own business, you don't even make that kind of profit. Kitty kitty fe. Doctor will say, where kitty? There's no elevator to success. You take the step one at a time. Don't look for kitty kitty. It will fail. Stay flexible and adaptable. We're still talking about this adaptability, and don't be too rigid. Be flexible. Listen to other people's opinion. No single one of us is smarter than all of us. And that is the definition of a team. Together, everybody achieves more. That's the definition of a team. So you might be strong in this, and somebody else is strong in this, and somebody else is strong in this. Together, we achieve more. Ask for other people's opinion. And develop your staff. All these things that you are learning, distill it to them at their own level. Because it will make your work easier. If you are running that business all by yourself, you'll be limited by what you can do. You know that zero-based thinking that Dr. Abib have always been talking about, that if you know what you know about your staff right now, would you hire them? If the answer is no, fire them. I've been hearing that thing for so long. I'm like, how can you fire your staff? I'll look at my staff and say, if I fire all of them, how would I do it? For so long, believe me, I'm telling you a true life story. Because we know that some people in our employment, they're not adding value, we know. But we are holding on to them because we are afraid. If we let them go, how would we do it? You know, in October, I looked at my staff and I told them, I said, all of you, please give me your letter of resignation. They thought I was joking. I said, by January, I want a new set of staff. Before January, I did not get any new staff. So I was afraid to let them go. I came back, I said, they will go. The first seminar we had this year, I didn't have any staff. Not a single one. In fact, I was going for a seminar. I told the tailor beside me, I remember me was shocked. If anybody goes in, I was that crazy. Because I knew that if I didn't do that, things will not change. And I looked at all of them. They were not value adding. You know, when you are training people, I train every Thursday, and they're not taking the training, you know. The people that are taking the training, you see that they are changing. Some people want to roll more queen. So there's nothing you want to tell them that will make any difference. So January, I fired all of them. And I was actually more down by. But we're in May. I am so glad I did. Because you know, if you let people that are not qualified occupy a seat, the ones that are qualified will not come. The ones I have now, I tell them everyone, I love you guys. But fall in love with but no, the way they think, the ideas they bring, the things, the things they add to me. In fact, this book I'm reading now, I had to go and bring the book out. 1001 ways to energize your employees. Because I'm so happy with them, I'm trying to look for how would I make them happy? What can I do to make them stay longer? What that kind of thing. All of you, a lot of you, you're holding on to stuff that are not working for you because you were afraid, like I was afraid. You better kill that fear before it kills you. Before it kills you, before it kills your business. Because you know they're not working. And some of us, we don't want to pay more. So we just hire people that they can collect that 25,000, 30,000. Anybody that is collecting 30,000 from you, they will be stealing from you. Because 30,000 self is not enough for transportation. Yenka? If you ask them, how much is your transportation every day? They tell you, you calculate it. You know that what you are paying them is not enough for them to get them to work. And they cannot be happy. They can't be happy. If I'm working to just pay for transportation, how would I be happy? I can't do my hair. I can't eat. I can't say I want to go to the movies. And just, live life a little. But you're paying them because you think you're not paying commission. There's nothing extra. It's just that salary. And you're thinking they're not performing. Which performance? There was a podcast I listened to. There's this guy that works in a hotel. The man went to the hotel and said, the staff there, they were so good. And he was talking to the coffee barista and he said, do you like working here? And the guy said, I love working here. And he said, what do they do in Hilton that makes you say you love working here? And the guy said, every of our manager, even the person that is not in my department, when they walk by you, they say, hello, how are you doing? Is there anything I can do to make your life better? Are you doing okay? This staff, he said, so they're always looking out for them. And they're always looking for things to make them happy. They're always trying to catch them doing something right. So they can say, oh, fantastic, you're doing this amazingly well. And the guy said, but do you know, I also work somewhere else, another hotel. And that other hotel, I just walk, get in, try to pass the hours and get out. And the reason why, this same person, one person, he said in that hotel, they're always looking to catch you doing something wrong. They don't care about your feelings, they don't care about, so sometimes it's even you that is the obstacle in your business. Yenko? Your attitude as a boss, you are the obstacle in your business. You are the one killing that business. Because I don't care to most often you learn so we need to check ourselves. They say that the better we become, the better quality of people we attract. You see, your business cannot run without your employees. They're the face of the business. Mr. Edwards came to my shop the other day. I was not there. Who did you see? My staff. I did not even know he came. I was just looking through their sales for the week. I saw his name. Mr. Tokwe Edwards. I know Mr. Tokwe Edwards. I checked the number. I said, it's him now. He didn't meet me there. So they're the face of your business. So if you're not treating them right, you're not training them, you want them to outperform you. Be waiting there. They will outperform you. Same person, two different situations. And they are performing differently. So that shows us that even us, we need to develop ourselves to a state to just make the staff will not want to leave. Because when they leave, they know that they will lose. It's not just about the money we pay. What other things are you doing When my staff comes in, I gave Mrs. Adetuji that list. There's something called the staff reward. It's 20 things. So as you come in, I give you a copy. The things you get as a staff. Free medicals, commission, all sorts. Toiletries sometimes, provision sometimes. Sometimes we do a bag of rice. We just, Emma Sokpeko say it to coin. Because look, the problem is not that we don't have good staff. It's that we ourselves, we are not good people. Check yourself. Strategies for success. Seek support and resources. Learn from failure. If you don't know how to do it, the person that knows how to do it, she said, if you need a financial management consultant, get one. You need an accountant to audit your accounts, get one. You need somebody to look at your stock for you, get one. Some of us, you don't even know how to do profits calculation. Some of you are running at a loss. You think you're doing it, you don't know how to do it. Because you've never read on it. You are doing that business by default, but you are running the business. You think you are running the business. Is the business running you? That is why you can't take a holiday. You can't leave the business. You can't be at the seminar and not switch off your phone because something might happen. Then learn from failures. We will fail. Don't be fear. Don't be fearful of failing. It is part of the journey. If you've not failed, you have not done anything. So failing is part of, just fail forward. Wọ́n ní tí ọmọdé bá ṣubú, á wo wájú. Tágbàlagbà bá ṣubú, á wẹ̀yìn. Àbí? When you fall, you look back to see what made you fall. So if it's a pothole in the road, the next time you won't go that way. When a child falls, he looks around to see who saw me fall. But we're not children. We're adults. Let us look back. What made me fall? How can I avoid that next time? Should I not take that route the next time? Should I not take that path the next time? Should I not do business with that person the next time? Does that person lack integrity? Some of you are doing business with people that lack integrity. You say you don't have a choice. There's nothing like that. You make a mistake once, it's a mistake. You make it twice, it's a choice. He is not reliable. You know you always mess up. You now have a big project. It's this same person that is not reliable that you gave it to because his price is 5 naira less than the person that is reliable. Then he messes you up. That big project becomes nothing at the end of the day. But you are saying it's the person's fault. It's your fault now. You choose who you give your money to. So all these small things that we're supposed to be watching out for in our businesses, are we doing it? It's not everything you can do yourself. Seek help. The real mistake that we make in life is the one that we've learned nothing from. And the person that has never failed has never tried. I've told you already, sometimes the obstacle is you, not anybody else. And please, a lot of people think, if I'm asking for help, that means I'm not strong. Asking for help doesn't mean you're not strong. It means you want to remain strong. It's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness to say, I don't know. We cannot know everything now. So if we don't know, let us ask somebody that does. Invite other people that does. Invite other people that has better ideas, better views. Don't let your ego take over. I'm the boss. I should know. You cannot know everything as a boss. Do you know what ego means? Ego is edging God out. When you let your ego take over, you are edging God out. Jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run wà nínú business, the mastermind gangan, because your ego is too big. You think you know it all. There's not even space for God self. So if we don't know, let us ask for help from people who do. A step-by-step approach to break down your large goals into smaller tasks, create an action plan. We all know that what that is. Bit size, bit size. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe lénìí, kí la fẹ́ ṣe lọ́la. Track your progress and adjust course. Because we've started with these things, that doesn't mean that is how we will end. We'll adjust. If it's not working this way, we'll add this. It's like cooking soup. Women, we're cooking soup. A lot of us, we don't have measurements. The pepper is there, we put salt, we taste. Is it enough? It's not enough. We put salt again, we taste. If you just put salt one and you taste and it's too salty, we're done running. So we just adjust according to, put the spice, put the onions, put the salt, put whatever it is that it needs as you go along life's way, along your business. Stay committed and motivated. Motivation, your savers will motivate you. Savers, you are a member of the 110 Academy, you should know what savers are. S for silence, A for affirmation, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading, S for scribbling. Meditation is powerful.